Good morning, swimming people. Just been swimming this morning and it always seems like a good time to do a bit of filming. Today I've been swimming in the River Lune. I know on my channel I usually talk about swimming in Morecambe Bay, but you know, the River Lune does feed into Morecambe Bay, the tidal part of it, and in the past, just for a bit of history, they did used to hold some swimming races and events on the River Lune. I mean, the stretch of the River Lune I swim in runs from a place called Denny Beck at Halton. I don't know if you know that part. There's a narrow bridge that goes over called Penny Bridge, I think it's called. And we swim the whole stretch down past the motorway and Bay Gateway Bridge, down past the aqueduct and down to Skirton Weir, where the rowing club is. That's the whole stretch we can swim in. But today, me and a friend, we met up at Denny Beck, or I gave him a lift down there, sorry. And we swim down to the motorway bridge and back. It's roughly a mile. But there's a man I know who won a cross base swim a long time ago called Raymond. And he won a couple of things in the sea, but he also said they used to do events up and down the River Lune. One was a mile maybe, or maybe one was a bit longer. But he won plenty of those, you know, so it is good to know that as well as the cross base swim and the inshore swims that they had in Morecambe, the River Lune was quite, you know, an active spot for swimming and swim events. And he also said there was somewhere where you could hire a rowing boat and you could hire rowing boats and sail up and down the Lune. Sadly, that's no longer. It's not a bad place to swim at all from Denny Beck. It's a bit shallow when you get in. It does deepen off a little bit as you get down to the motorway bridge. I don't think it's terribly deep. Probably 9-10 feet in some places, but it's not mega deep. And as long as it's not really fast flowing, it's usually okay. Sometimes after really heavy rain, you have to be careful. You could struggle swimming back upstream, but if it was ever like that, there's always plenty of places to get out and walk back. But as a general rule, we swim down when it's not too fast flowing, and today was perfect, really. It was one of those days as well today when I got to the river, I felt a bit cold and a bit sort of tired, and I thought, God, what am I doing this for? And there's definitely a chill when you get in, but today, I don't know, it was just almost perfect, really. I mean, for cold swimming and swimming that's edging towards winter, it was just about right today. It was cold, but with everything, when you're doing swimming, you get in and start moving and you start warming up a little bit. And I didn't lose like function in my hands today, you know, so it felt quite good. You know, a cold edge to it, but you know, that's cold water winter swimming, but it was just on the borderline between chilly and going into cold, and just right. I think if we could keep it like this all year round through the winter months, it'd be perfect. But sadly, it will get colder, and probably to the point where we can't do the full mile anymore. But still good to do it while we can. Further down the river, once you get past Skirton Weir, that's the tidal part of the river. From Skirton, it winds its way round past what we call Sainsbury's in Morecambe, and the river bends round then past the quay, under the bridge where the trains go over, and down towards Snatcham's, the pub, Golden Ball, and on towards Glasson Dock, and out into the sea at Sunderland Point, and then it fills back up as the tide rushes up the river. So still a swim I'd like to do in the future, where we swim from the quay in Lancaster down to Glasson Dock. It's just this year it's not really happened, but what we need to establish before we do a swim like that, it would be somewhere safe to get out at Glasson Dock, or go and suss out a few safe exit points, because the last thing we want to do at Glasson is get washed further down the river to Sunderland Point and into the sea. So if we can find a few exit points at that end and do it safely, we'll probably something to explore next year. But a good swim this morning, I think.